So let's recap here today's topic, which is who the hell is Dre Baldwin, how I got here. I mean, this is a story that I told you here, so I'll go through it quickly. The backstory was I wanted to be somebody. I didn't know how, when, where, or what, but I chose a vehicle of sports, and later on, it became thought leadership. Point two, my desires. External struggle was I wanted to make it in basketball, high school, then college, then pro. But the internal struggle was I had no guidance, no plan, no internet, no mentors. But I wanted to somehow outdo anyone who had been against me in any way, shape, or form. And that mattered to me way more than the actual achievement itself. It mattered to me what I was going to be able to see when I looked in the mirror more than it mattered what was in a newspaper or what was on a website or how many trophies I had on my mantle. It was what I felt about me that I was really looking to change. Point number three, the wall I was up against was I was sat on the bench in high school, then I had to walk on in college, then I got kicked off the team in college, then I had no leads for playing pro ball, then I was working regular jobs at the college. Everything looked like a wrap. Point number four, the epiphany I had, new opportunity was I can go to an exposure camp and this idea of selling myself that my manager at Hat World taught me. Then that VHS tape that became my first YouTube video, then the advent of social media, all that became new opportunities for me if I had been able to leverage them. Point number five, my plan to achieve my desire was to play overseas and then figure out the rest later. That was my plan. Point number six, the conflict along the way was I wasn't even always unemployed. So my plan wasn't too sound of a plan. I want you to understand that my plan wasn't that great of a plan. I did not have this great master plan, but I was willing to act on a plan that was faulty even though I knew it was faulty. In point number six here, no control over my career. I wasn't calling the shots. I eventually started reading more about business because I knew I needed to get more control. I had no control and I did not like the feeling of not having control over my own life. And point number seven, the achievement and the end result was I ended up having a 9-year career, up and down career, in and out of the game career. But because of that in and out of the game career, I was able to, or forced to, build a brand and then build a business. And I transitioned that into a full-time business using the same ideas that I share with you here every day, the same ideas that I was sharing with athletes, because athletes were asking me, how is it that you're able to think in such a way that you kept going despite all of these setbacks and all of these walls that you were up against? And the transformation, the key thing out of all of this is not the 9 years of pro ball, it's not this 15,000 pieces of content, it's not the 1,200 episodes in this podcast, it's not the TED Talks, it's not the books, it's not the products and services, though you can buy some. The transformation was that I took everyone who I felt was against me, everyone who I had to outdo, and I outdid them. That was the transformation. That was the goal for me. That was the internal change that I wanted to make to where not somebody else looking at me and being impressed at what I did, so I could look at myself and be impressed at what I did.